I'm not gonna lie, this one plugin replaced like 5 plugins that used to be on my chain. This is Infected Mushroom Pusher by Waves, and if you've seen my stuff before, you've probably seen me use this a ton, but I don't really talk about it that much just because it's like a no-brainer on my master bus all the time. So I used to have a lot of stuff on my master bus. I would have, compressors and clippers and all of these other crazy things that was on my bus. And I usually had like 4 to 5 different plugins that were on my bus, including EQ and limiters and everything else. And what I started doing was I started using Effective Mushroom Pusher because it was a quick, easy mastering plugin that I could throw on my master chain, and I could just get something out to a client very quickly. They were like, hey, send me that song when we're out of the studio. And I didn't have time to master it, but I wanted to send them something that sounded halfway decent that they could listen to in their car and get excited about. And so I started throwing Infected Mushroom Pusher on, and then it just started to become a thing that I never took off because it sounded insane. And so I'm going to break down what this does and what it sounds like, but first let's break down what it sounds like, and then I'll break down what each thing is doing and why it's replacing those plugins for me. So first and foremost, let's take a listen to this song. Let's go into the screamo part. This is metal, so if you guys don't like metal, sorry about that, but it works really well on every genre. I think it was actually made for EDM, but it works really well on metal too. So let's take a listen to this section going into the chorus, and you can hear kind of like how hard it hits. So it sounded great. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this plugin and I'm going to turn this off, and then I'm going to turn this back on again. So when you see that orange, it's bypassed, so it means it's off, and then when that's gone, it's back on again. And when I turn it off and on again, listen to the difference. Massive difference. Now, some of you are like, oh, but it's making it louder. Like, you need to gain match it. It's like, do you even know what mastering is, dude? Like, do you even know what mastering is? Mastering, like, we're bringing things up, but we're doing a lot of other things on top of that. So, because I know some people are going to be like, hey, what about that thing? So let me make sure I match the output as well. And you can hear what the plugin is doing outside of just bringing volume up like a typical mastering chain does as well. So let's find out what it's sitting at. So outside of that snare, it's hitting like -4, but that snare is bringing it up to that -1 because that snare has a lot of pop to it, which is being controlled by the clipping section on this plugin, which I'll get to in just a second. So we're going to do a somewhat accurate as we can test on the way this plugin sounds. So specifically listen to that snare and how the clipper is actually controlling that snare and getting it to set in the mix better. All right, now we're going to bring the volume back up to where it should be. So yeah, it's doing a lot of things, and it's really controlling that snare as well. It's enhancing the overall sound of it. It's adding about a bit of high end, even some stereo width. So let me break down what each section of this plugin does. So first and foremost, we have clipping, and we have a switch down here that goes from clipping to limiting. So if you do want to use the limiter mode, you can go straight to the limiter mode, or you can go back to the clipping mode. And clipping and limiting, if you want a more detailed video on that, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll help you out there as well. But if you do know what those are, you have a clipper and you have a limiter there as well. We have the dynamic punch section, which is kind of like some compression. They're not really clear in the manual about what this is. We have the magic knob, which they're not clear about it as well, but it sounds like they're adding some saturation. There's this focus slider, which adds like a mid-range boost. We have the body, which increases the body of the overall signal, which is just an EQ. We have the high end, which is the high end of it as well. And then we also have the stereo image knob here as well. And so it's doing a lot of things. The magic knob is really cool, and I love the clipper on this as well. Those are like the two main knobs that I grab, and then that dynamic punch is really cool as well. It makes it sound like it's a lot louder than it actually is. It's just really, really helpful. So this is Infected Mushroom Pusher in a nutshell. I'll make sure I leave the link to this in the description to this plugin down below. And if you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you're going to like this one over here. And while you're down in the description below, there is a full session breakdown of one of my songs. If you guys are interested in that, it's free. And I break down all the tools that I'm using, and you can get the stems for free as well. It's all down there in the description. But anyway, this video is great too. It's on my channel, and if you like this kind of content, just let me know in the comments. Boy, I'm asking you guys to do a whole lot of stuff, aren't I? Talk soon.